Game of 23-24 as Leinster visit Musgrave Park. We'll have the teams just as they come out here. We'll start off with Munster with the starting 15. Number 1 for Munster is Josh Wycherley, 2 Scott Buckley, 3 Stephen Archer, 4 Gavin Coombs, 5 Fineen Wycherley, 6 and captain Jack O'Donoghue, 7 John Hodnett, and completing the pack at number 8 Alex Kendlin. In the back line it's Neil Cronin, Tony Butler, Calvin Nash, Rory Scannell, Shane Daly, Andrew Conway and Simon Zebo at full back. Moving on to the Leinster side. At number 1 Jack Boyle, number 2 Lee Barron, number 3 Rory Maguire, number 4 Brian Deeney, number 5 Jason Jenkins, number 6 Max Deegan, number 7 and captain Scott Penny, and number 8 James Culhane completes the pack. The Leinster back line is Cormac Foley, Kieran Frawley, Rob Russell, Ben Brownlee, Liam Turner, Tommy O'Brien and Jordan Larmour. My name is Sean Geary and I'm delighted to be joined by Cork Constitution head coach and former Munster out half Johnny Holland. Teams have just come out and we're about to kick off. Johnny, you're looking forward to an exciting match here in Musgrave Park?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely been a while since Leinster were down in Musgrave Park, so it's a nice day. Obviously it's very hot, very humid. 2 good teams going at it as well. When you see the team sheets, there's a lot of very experienced players there, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Brilliant, and we're about to get underway with NSRFC product Tony Butler making his first start in the Munster 10 jersey tonight. Plays his AIL rugby with Gary Owen. It's a very hot evening in Musgrave Park. It'll certainly be good conditioning for the lads. Great crowd, 8,400, and we're about to get underway.
Red, stay on.
Here we go. Tony Butler kicks us off. Leinster taking carry. Good tackle by Alex Kendlin there. They set up the caterpillar and it looked like they're going to go for the box kick. Simon Zebo's ready to collect.
Stay on. 12, 11.
Offside from the Leinster chase there, so an early penalty for Munster. You'd imagine they'll kick this one to the corner.
I would think so, but that's a killer for the Leinster coaches so early on, isn't it? I know it's a pre-season game, but that's such a controllable, and it's a tough start now, having cleared your lines, and Munster get access deep into your territory. I think Rory Scannell, is he not? The left foot was going to go into the corner there, but Tony's going to take it on himself.
Yeah, great opportunity for Munster early on. Yeah, as you say, it's nearly went dead there. He's glad to see the flag go up. Tony Butler kicks into the corner. He really went for that one. But as you said, it was a real pre-season error from Leinster there. You could hear the referee telling the chasers that they were offside, but they kept going. And Scott Buckley now will throw in for Munster for this. It's about 6 yards out for the line-out.
I think Tony wouldn't like to see a TMO on that one. We've all been there.
Good take for Fineen Wycherley. Now the Munster pack look to get to work. Neely Cronin is in. Still inching forward. Leinster defending well, but looks to have splintered off a bit. Scott Buckley still has it. Scott Buckley, yes! The opening try for Munster to Scott Buckley. Great start. Good patience from the pack there, Johnny, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, because you get kind of angsty there if you're Scott Buckley and you try and break away, but they actually just stuck with it, and the Leinster maul kind of disintegrated in a sense, and the Munster maul went through the middle. But again, like I said, that's such a controllable, giving away the penalty, and then they'll be disgusted. I know it's a 6-yard maul, but no team like Leinster like that, Munster would be the same on the other end. They'd like to think they'd stop that defensively and pin it a bit better. Great start for Munster. They'll be delighted with it. It's a nice kind of easier start. You're ahead. You're not under pressure. You've got to try, so you can kind of ease into your own game then after that.
Absolutely perfect start. And Scott Buckley, who of course scored a try in his debut against Wasps in the Champions Cup a few years ago. Tony Butler also made his debut in that game. He lines up the conversion. It's a tricky one. He'll be glad that his penalty found touch and didn't go dead a minute ago, and now he's got a chance to really make America and make it 7-0. Lovely strike.
That was a very nice strike. I think Musgrave Park can be a little bit iffy. There's a wind that blows here, but he looked like he knew what he was doing. He started on the right post and it drifted in nicely, so nice start for Tony Butler.
Yeah, as you said, perfect start, and Munster 7, Leinster 0 after just 3 minutes. Kieran Frawley now gets set to get the match back underway.
It's an interesting one with Frawley starting at 10 here. 2 10s on the bench as well, so I wonder who's dictating whether he gets game time at 10, but he hasn't been back long. It'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah, good take from Alex Kendlin there. You could see the sun was in his eyes, but kept his eye on the ball, managed to get it. Now Munster looked to clear through Neil
Use
Cronin.
it! No.
Good height on the kick from Cronin, good length as well. Nash is chasing it. Munster nearly get it. Oh, it's a knock on from Leinster.
Yeah.
Hard to see over the far side there, but it was a good boxing from Neil Cronin, and Munster will have the scrum.
Yeah, it's a good box kick when you get the ball back or when you get possession back. I mean, he probably would have liked it to go a little bit longer, and give his chasers more of a chance to run onto it. But if you look at the contrast, I know it's early and it's pre-season, we won't get too critical of it, but stark contrast, same side of the pitch for both teams. Leinster made an error on their exit, Munster get the ball back in their exit, and there's a difference already.
Yeah, it's all those little things add up over the 80 minutes, don't they?
Yeah, and I think Munster looking to keep the ball in play there as well. I think it's something that they've been doing last season, keeping the ball in play for longer. They backed themselves to do that even against someone like Leinster, so interesting to see those tactics straight away.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as well what they do off this scrum.
Not stable.
As we were chatting beforehand, it's a young enough Leinster front row with 2 academy guys in there, Jack Boyle and Rory Maguire, and then their front row replacements on the bench are all academy, Gus McCarthy, Paddy McCarthy and Temi Lasisi.
And then you have to come up against someone like Stephen Archer with 263 appearances.
Yeah, I was actually looking. It's 14 years since he made his debut, so it's unbelievable to still be going like as a tight head prop. 14 years on, it's incredible.
He's long in the two to right, but you'd be so surprised with someone like Stephen Archer. You see him as a tight head prop, but he keeps himself in great nick. He does pre-season so well. I've seen him in pre-season. He just does it. He actually operates really well, and he's so experienced now. It's just like clockwork to him.
Yeah, and if all going well, he'll break Donegal O'Callaghan's appearance record this season, which will be amazing for him. Alex Kendlin picks up off the base of the scrum, makes a few yards. Gav Coombs gets caught there. It's a bit messy. Leinster looking to be back in possession. No, we just held onto it there, and I'd say Neil Cronin's probably going to just clear his lines here. Just the timing was a bit off, kind of typical pre-season kind of stuff there as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. The timing was off. You could see it was a set play. Go one open and one blind and try and set up a kick, I'd say, but they got their kick away anyway. It's just a small bit in field from Neil Cronin. Yeah,
excellent take by Jordan Larmour there. You could see you don't want to give him too much space there off a high ball. He can do serious damage, but Munster managed to take him down. Leinster now look to move it left, but a bit of a low pass. Good recovery there from Liam Turner to get Leinster back on the front foot. They go left again, but
offside.
I would have thought he'd have played advantage there, but Munster offside, the whistle goes, and Leinster now have their first kind of proper attacking opportunity with Frawley looking to kick into Munster 22.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't leave the advantage play. Maybe that's a referee management thing that he wants to just set the stall out early and stop that offside. Otherwise, you think he'd give them the advantage and let them play away. You can see as well, though, that Leinster there, I think Ireland are doing a lot. Munster seem to do it. They hit the second receiver early and it puts the ball into the middle, skips the defender, and it sometimes gets them an edge. But Munster a bit anxious to get off the line there as well.
Yeah, good take from Leinster to the line out. So this is their first chance really to get into the Munster 22 and do some damage of their own. 7-0 to Munster, just about 7 minutes gone here. Foley finds Ben Brownlee, the academy man.
Tackle!
Well tackled there by John Hodnett. Forces him back a few yards. Leinster go again, big carries. Good defending from Munster so far. Frawley goes out the back door. Good defence again from Munster, just making the tackles. Not letting Leinster into the 22 yet. Good pass from Frawley there to James Culhan. Munster pinged it to breakdown, so Leinster, I'd imagine they'll go for the corner here, Johnny.
You think so, yeah. It's just Jack O'Donoghue getting up there. I think he was trapped in the ruck, but you see those penalties a lot. He can't roll away, but he's still expected to roll away. So Leinster rightly going for the corner and see what they can do in their own ball now.
Yeah, for those ones, is it the tackle technique, how you get stuck in the wrong position? Because you can see it so often. when they're there, there's nothing they can do to move. So is it what they do previously? Is that how they avoid it?
I think sometimes you can look at it very critically on a replay or on a video, and you can say like you have to get out of there. But the momentum brings you into that tackle. Sometimes they're dominant tackles and you get stuck in there, but it's actually a very fast arriving player from the opposition as well. Sticks you in there, and you just have no choice. It's very hard sometimes.
Yeah, good take from Max Egan there, and off the top to Culhan. Big carry from the academy man. Leinster look to be in. Jason Jenkins is in for Leinster. Pretty quick response from the visitors. Former Munster man Jenkins, like he did in last year's URC semi-final, gets over. That was probably from Munster's point of view a bit too easy, Johnny.
Way too easy. I'm trying to look at the replay here. It's just he goes around the corner. Yeah,
I can't hear you.
it looks like Gavin Coombs just got the wrong man. I don't know who he's really looking at, but he'll be disappointed with that one.
Leinster will be happy anyway. Pretty instant response. Just a bit of Munster and discipline near halfway. They managed to make ground, and then it was just a bit too simple from there.
There's 2 penalties on the entry, wasn't it? And then you get something played off them all. And Leinster are very accurate when they get in there. If they get a set piece at all on your 22, they're going to have something set up. But you'd be disappointed they didn't really have to play there. And I don't think someone like Dennis Leamy is going to take that. I wouldn't like to be in his review to start him next week.
Yeah, and Frawley adds the extras. Simple enough for him. It's 7-all, just coming up to 10 minutes.
I see your point.
What you don't want to see in pre-season games is anyone down receiving treatment. One of the Leinster guys, I can't see his number, but
I think it's Jordan Armour, is it?
Jordan Armour, this
we won't want to see, but they're strapping him outside the boot. I think it's just sometimes on these 4G pitches you might get tired ground, you might turn an ankle. We've seen it before, but hopefully it's something small.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and when you see him strapping on the boot, it's kind of a good sign almost that they're just patching him up, and he should be able to continue. Yeah. He's jogging a bit gingerly there, but he's getting back into place, so hopefully, as you say, it's nothing serious.
Yeah, with those, it's funny because the longer, you can just keep moving and you can kind of keep it at bay a small bit, but I've had that strapping over my own boot, and if you don't keep moving, it can get on top of you. I wouldn't be surprised to see him gone before half-time just to take care of him,
Yeah. Tony Butler gets us back underway. Good take there from Leinster winger, but he's immediately bundled into touch. Andrew Conway, and I think it was Shane Daly right on top of him there. I think it was number 11, Rob Russell. It was a good take in the air, but he was a bit exposed, and the lads were licking their lips and just bundled him straight into touch.
I was actually getting carried away with Rob Russell's airtime, and I was kind of admiring him until he hit the ground. And it's actually an excellent kick from Tony Butler, because Andrew Conway and Shane Daly hadn't a whole lot to do once the two of them teamed up on Rob Russell.
Yeah, great. Good attacking opportunity now for Munster. Buckley to Gavin Coombs. Munster set up the rock now, but they go off quickly. John Hodnett. He's running there.
Leave it.
Gav Coombs. Good hit from Leinster defence there. Neil Crone, a good little snipe around the corner, but he's well caught. Archie taken down, but good clear out there by Rory Scannell straight in there. Janine with the carry. Jack Daly to Scott Buckley. Munster's just kind of finding the little time to get their groove here. It's just timing's a little bit off, but they're still in possession. Butler, good little pass there. Calvin Nash, good tack on Calvin there. Nice ball inside from Coombs to Wycherley. Good interplay there to Locks. But he's a bit isolated, and Leinster getting over the ball there. Just a timing issue there again, Johnny.
It's a timing issue, but I think it's a timing issue because they didn't get over the gain line. I've seen this in the last couple of weeks. If you've a line out and a maul set up on the 22, you're kind of in between two stools. Like you're not in your attacking zone, but you're not yet after getting into the rumble of the 22, and it's a hard one. Once you don't go forward, it's hard to regenerate there. But interestingly, I don't know, was it Max Deegan? Munster obviously playing a lot of breakout plays, as do Leinster. I just had a feeling Max Deegan got a hold of John Hodnett's jersey while he was bounding the maul, and that meant John couldn't get out as much as he wanted to. Very small detail, but it meant that John didn't get out, he didn't get going forward, and then Munster struggled to get over the gain line, and you're only waiting for a penalty for a poach after that.
Yeah, they were just kind of treading water there just outside the 22, didn't really generate much momentum, and Leinster, fair play to Leinster, good defence, and Frawley brings him into the Munster half. Good competing there by Jack O'Donoghue, but Leinster hold on to it. Big carry there in midfield. Frawley Tommy O'Brien nearly threw a gap there. Good defence.
No tackle,
And
no
another
rock, no
tackle
rock.
from Shane Daly. His first start in the centre since 2018. He's doing well so far. Jenkins, big carry.
Away, Red.
For all he seems to have loads of options
Play on
outside him.
backwards.
The ball goes loose. Nash nearly gets onto it, but he's bundled it into touch.
Yeah, small but scrappy there, but you mentioned Shane Daly at 13, and he's an exciting player. I think he's got a skill set that he can play in so many positions, obviously on the wing and at full back, but you know, I've seen him many times at 13 over in Corkon, and I know it's a step up, but I think it's something he's capable of, and it's a good opportunity for him to lay down a marker saying that he can do more, you know.
Yeah, Frawley, when he uses the ball for Leinster, just seems to have a lot of options and a lot of time, doesn't he? Oh, Munster up to steal. Great steal. Didn't see who it was.
Leave it now, Blue.
Alex Kendall, and Scott Buckley comes away with it.
Tackle away, Blue.
Cronin, yeah, that was a clear offside. The crowd made that call as well.
And again, there was no advantage there, was there? I'm not sure if
Yeah.
there was an advantage anyway, but you can let it play a phase or two, see if the unstructured can catch the team. But maybe again, we're just setting our stall out from a refereeing perspective, and Peter Martin's a good ref, he's a good understanding of the game, so maybe it's just a bit of a directive to get some manners on this game.
Yeah, could it even have been the coaches saying, look, be harsh on the offsides and ping him?
Possibly, but if I was a player, I'd like to throw a loose pass and see where it goes. The bounce pass, catch every team. That's a great kick.
Great kick from Tony Butler. Munster nearly up into the Leinster 22. Now this is a good chance for him to kind of see if they can get the attack going, to sharpen the knife a bit.
Yeah, and it's a similar position as well. I'd like to see the starter play here, see the breakout play. But, you know, interestingly, Tony looks very confident there in the 10 jersey, but he's had a couple of weeks to run this team. Joey Carberry's been sitting out of a couple of sessions, so not with a long-term injury, but Tony's had a chance to really own it and without the pressure of looking over his shoulder. So we'll see how he goes for the rest of it.
A good take there from Gav Coombs. Yeah, here we go now. Starter play. Scott Buckley, great break. Munster up to the 22. Cronin, good hands there, nearly fumbled it. Cronin again, just testing the fringe. Offload to Alex Hendon. Oh, great defence there. I think it was Lee Barron just got a hand to it.
Stay up.
That was a bit better from Munster, but good last defence there from Leinster. Now they'll go through a phase here and look to clear their lines. Nash and Zebo are in position to collect any clearing kick.
You know, I think that's a frustrating one because you see the contrast again. Scott Buckley got a little bit of go forward. I know the Munster second phase was a bit static, but they found some gaps and there was an offload there, and it's just the last pass we could see from here was that Lee Barron got in there, but he was clearly in the way of that pass. And I think from a coach's perspective, you go to ground, your support player gets a fast ruck, it could be the next phase where you scored a try. So it's just probably pre-season stuff, looking for the last pass too early, but it's good play for Munster to get in behind.
Yeah, it must be very tempting when you make that break to make the offload.
Oh, it's your name's in lights. You want to give the last pass, but you know, I think when you look back on the video, you'll go, oh yeah, I wasn't really on, you know.
Yeah. Another good line out from Munster. Scott Buckley 100% so far.
Leave it now.
Going into Fineen. Munster nearly up to the Leinster 22 here. Good carry from Archer. Great carry. Now Rory Scannell to Butler. Calvin Nash in off his wing.
No.
Crowd looking for a high tackle. I think it was all right.
Yeah, probably slipped up, but there's nothing malicious in it.
Yeah. Good carry from
Advantage.
Fineen there.
Blue offside.
No, penalty advantage. He's gonna let us play. Jack O'Donoghue to Zebo. Looking for the offload, but good decision there. Didn't throw it.
Relax, okay. The steal is good, I agree. But we'll come back for no advantage offside.
You can see the Leinster line speed, and Munster is starting to play inside of the small bit. So you can see Neil Cronin is starting to pick the ball. And as the Munster forwards come around the corner, just at that late runner, getting into a little bit of space, and I think that's what got them going forward off the Scott Buckley break as well. So it's interesting, we'll see how it plays out. I think Leinster would want to be a small bit more conscious of the later runner coming at a narrower channel.
Yeah, Neil Cronin's been good so far. He's been zippy with the passes, but he's also been testing the fringe Leinster defence.
Yeah, and I think he does that really well. Like, he's been doing that the whole time, even when I've seen him in Garryo, and that's the way he plays the game. So the fact that Munster are playing around the corner, I know it's like a training game at the moment. They're getting set piece after set piece around that 22. It's just like practice reps, but Neil Cronin is well able to read that defence and pick someone off, you know. So it's he's getting a lot of practice at it anyway.
Butler spot on with the kick again. It's just about 7 metres out from the line. Buckley, as I said, has been 100% so far, so it'll be interesting to see what Munster go for here. Will they try and stick it in the maul or try and go wide?
I think you'll see another maul here if you haven't put the curse on Scott Buckley.
Yes, Gav Coombs, 100% still. The maul splinters off. We have plenty of advantage, so free play here.
Relax.
Good play there from Leinster scrum half. Cormac Foley wrapped up Neil Cronin and forced a knock on, but
one blue.
an infringement. One blue, he said. So Jack Boyle there just
One blue, pulling the player Lamo.
looked like Munster were heading towards another try there.
Yeah, people will laugh at me now with my out half hat on, but you can see there was actually 3. I know John Hodnett was on the plus on that maul, but there was actually 3 Munster players came in on that punch on the maul, and it just got going forward really quickly. So was it Jack Boyle? I think he got pinged for pulling someone out of the maul. They had to do something because that Munster maul was moving.
Yeah. Butler goes to the corner again.
Told you cursed him.
Slightly overthrown. That was my fault. The chance goes a begging. Now Leinster looks like they'll go through a phase or two and make the clearance.
I'm sure he'll blame you when he's talking to Kerry in his skill session on Monday.
That was definitely my fault, yeah.
Stay on.
Foley puts it up in the air. It's not going to make touch. Oh, Conway came a long way there. Good effort to catch it, but it just spilled forward. I suppose he missed all the last season, Andrew Conway. It's mistakes like that are going to happen when you haven't played for so long. He'll be kicking himself, but
yeah.
he had to come a long way to come get it, didn't he?
It was actually a poor kick, and I thought Conway was a small bit slow to go and claim it. I don't know, did he think someone was going to get it, that the wind was going to bring it forward a bit, but Conway's been so sharp. I've seen him in training, and he's always looking at the smaller details of things. So that'll annoy him no end. It's when he gets on the ball, though, his detail and his running lines and everything else, and the information he gives other people is incredible. So, you know, he'll be annoyed now that he didn't get a chance to have a cut off that.
Sad to see as well, Jordan Larmer after that earlier knock seems to come off here. He's sitting on the bench on the sideline, so hopefully it's only a very minor knock, but he's come off. I haven't seen who's come on yet, but Leinster win a scrum penalty, so it compounded the knock on now. They'll have a chance to get back into the Munster half.
Yeah, and I think that's frustrating for Jordan Armour, but you know, I said those things don't really go away. It's probably something around the ligament without being a physio, having been in that position before. But like, they're lucky they have 2 weeks off, another game, they have 2 weeks off, and I think they're going away to Cast. So he has a chance to get better, but Chris Cosgrave has come on for him. He's a tricky customer as well. Plays his rugby in the AL with UCD. I've seen a lot of him, and he's an out-and-out attacking player. So he's going to cause damage as well if he gets his hands on the ball.
Great penalty there from Frawley as well, just to twist the knife after that scrum penalties, and Leinster are now into the Munster 22. 7-all here, just gone 20 minutes. Max Deegan's up to claim it, and Leinster are going to keep this. No, thought they were going to keep it in the maul there, but great run off the from Captain Scott Pennymick. Good yards here. Munster will hope to defend better than they did last time, and Leinster got into the 22. Another big carry from Jason Jenkins. They're up to the 5 metre line here, looking very dangerous. Good back Frawley. Bit of a low pass. A bit messy there. Just the pass was, I think the pass must have slipped out of his hands, was it? And the ball went to the deck.
They pulled the trigger. You could see them going around the corner, and then they snapped back, and it just didn't look clean. I think we saw another backline phase earlier in the game around the halfway. I think it was for the offside penalty. They didn't look really too slick either, but they're causing damage when they're going around the fringes, much like Munster are. But I was expecting to say Leinster's efficiency was going to be a lot higher, because I thought they were going to rumble towards the line there. Maybe that snap back was a bit premature, because if I was their forwards, you'd think that they're rumbling forward nicely, and there might be a little bit of a talking to. I think if their backs are going to snap like that and have an error in the driest conditions on a 4G pitch.
Yeah, if it was a wet night now, you'd forgive that slip, but perfect conditions here at Musgrave Park.
I think they're the things we're going to judge Kieran Frawley on, like when he wants to snap back, when he's playing a 10, when he's controlling that game, as opposed to being the second playmaker. Like, you know, the pressure's on his shoulders a small bit here to get the attack moving, and you know, a lot of people would back him in that 10 jersey, but they're the kind of things I think he needs to be slicker at. No, he isn't back long, and this is a pre-season game, so don't get me wrong, but you know, he's been very close to a World Cup squad. I'm sure he'd like to get his backline moving a little bit slicker, although it's not always his fault.
Yeah, good work from the Munster pack there, winning the penalty. Tony Butler can clear his lines, and speaking of 10s, Tony Butler, great opportunity for him tonight to get time in the 10 jersey with Jack Crowley obviously at the World Cup, and Joey set to be out until the Connacht game, I think, in 2 weeks. So great time for him to get extended game time tonight.
Yeah, I think so, and it's always nicer when you get to play, with who would be first team players like Gavin Coombs and Archie and a few of those guys.
Max Deegan with the line-out steal there for Leinster. So they're back on the attack now in midfield. Frawley to Liam Turner. Looked like Munster could have been offside in midfield there, but wasn't picked up by the officials. Frawley again. Penny. Munster defending well so far. And then he just took a short line there. It was Liam Turner, but the ball went forward. Zebo whips it out to Nash. Now can Munster counter? Nash looks on the outside. Good pace. Oh, the pass. He was just on a little bit of a different wavelength to Daly there. The kind of pass just went behind, but...
Yeah, and I was waiting for him to just put it on his right foot. I think the defence was after closing. There was a little bit of space in behind. Chris Cosgrave hadn't closed. So I was wondering if he would do it, but someone like Calvin Nash and the footwork that he has with Shane Daly outside him, those lads don't kick the ball too much. They love their footwork and love having a crack off it. So unfortunately it didn't go to hand. But again, you see a little bit of a timing issue with Liam Turner overrunning the pass from Kieran Frawley again, and both teams now stuck in the middle of the pitch and not putting their stamp on the game at the moment.
Yeah. That looks a bit crooked, and the ball goes back. Is he called it crooked?
Option.
That's one of those that you might just turn a blind eye to and let the game flow a small bit, but Munster will be happy to get possession back.
Yeah, he dropped it anyway. Not sure if you'd give him a knock on anyway from the lineup, but yeah, you could see he was kind of reaching to his right. Yeah, the right hand went up. Just a bit messy. Pre-season stuff.
Yeah, but you see that, like even small basic stuff. It is crooked, but he's one hand on it. I know it's dry weather. If once you drop it, you've one hand on it. If you didn't drop it, it's fine. But maybe two hands at the ball at the line out and secure possession a bit better.
Yeah. So scrum to Munster, and Neil Cronin will put in. Kendlin goes off the base. Oh, big carry there.
Not on the ball. Leave it.
Leinster looking for the turnover. Don't get it. Nearly very good footballing skills from Shane Daly. The pass was just a bit too low and in front of me. Controlled it with his foot, but just couldn't bring it in. Johnny, another handling error in these conditions.
Another handling error. You don't expect it from Shane, but like that touch is just typical of him. He's such good skills. A bit of a footballer, but he tapped it up to himself and then just dropped it. I'd say he'll be pretty disappointed he doesn't have one of those in the highlight reel, because that was a nice touch off the foot.
Yeah.
Just like last scrum. Just like the last scrum, please.
We have another scrum. There's been quite a few scrums in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Just the errors creeping in a bit.
I don't think the forwards will be thanking you now, making them pack down too many times in that sun. Especially Archer there with all the games that he's played. I'd say he just wants an easier run around.
Bang! Set.
Foley to feed for Leinster.
Stay there, lads. Stay there.
Scrum looks very solid
Stay
from your
there.
point of view. They go left to Cosgrave, the replacement for Larmer. Good tackle there by Conway. Good to see him back on the field.
Yeah. Good work.
Frawley. Leinster just going through the phase in midfield. They're just going to pull the trigger here with Frawley shortly. Just a bit static, isn't it?
No rolling.
Yeah, it's small static.
Blue.
Foley looks for the crossfield kick. Oh, nearly onto it, but I think it was either a knock on or it was in touch, but
Not rolling away.
I think that was a bit casual from Calvin Nash. I'd say he thought the ball was out, but you see from the midfield scrum, Conway dealt with that very well. He was very good defensively. He read it very easily. Midfield scrum is probably the hardest place you're going to defend anything, because you have to go a little bit softer in defence, and you can nearly go both sides and get gain line. But Munster dealt with it, but ended up giving away a penalty.
Frawley kicks him into the corner again. Since Munster took the early lead, it's been pretty much all Leinster, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've had a spell inside around the Leinster 22, but they didn't really convert. And from an attack coach perspective, you'd be pretty disappointed with that they didn't get over the gain. And I suppose you're going back again to the pass that just didn't go to hand. That was a score that might have put them 14-7. So they're the reasons why, when you look back at it, that's a missed opportunity by trying to throw the pass too early.
Yeah. Good line out from Barron, and now the Leinster pack start rumbling towards the Munster line.
Nice to the middle this time.
Well, it's a try for Leinster. Great maul there, and Lee Barron, who threw it in, gets over. That was a bit too easy again, Johnny.
Yeah, it was, and it was actually Fineen Wycherley swam through the middle of the mall. Peter Martin said he was okay, and I think he just wasn't 100% sure if he was okay. He left him go, and Lee Barron snuck through the middle. Like you can see, Fineen there has his hands on him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a bit too sweaty, but I don't think Fineen trusted himself that he wasn't offside, and that seems like another soft one. Yeah. So you know, Munster down by, if the conversion goes over, it's 7 points, but it's 2 tries to 1, and it is a bit soft for, I'd imagine, the Munster coach's liking.
Yeah, Lee Barron, in fairness, the Leinster pack will be happy with their first 28 minutes. The first try from Jenkins was a few phases after a maul, and then that one directly. So Frawley lines up the conversion. Could make it 14-7 here if he's successful after 28 minutes. Off the post. It was a good strike, but he just pulled it slightly.
Yeah,
so that's a bit of a let off.
He looked like he just turned into it a bit early, but you know, I think Munster will be disappointed with this. You know, after getting a handle on the game and then just leaving Leinster. Like we talk about Leinster's efficiency when they get into that 22. I don't think they were overly efficient. I think Munster just have left them through in a couple of soft ones. But again, you're going to talk about Leinster's efficiency, the set pieces that they get. And Munster won't want to let them get any more set pieces. Unfortunately, they're all coming from penalties at the moment.
Yeah, Tony Butler gets us back underway, so it's Munster 7, Leinster 12, just short of the half hour here at Musgrave Park. Munster looking for the turn. Good work from Shane Daly there. He thought he'd force a knock on there, but the referee says it hit Shane Daly. So, but Munster have actually gotten it back on our side. Good pass from Cronin to Coombs, out the back to Zebo. This looks dangerous here. Through the hands of Conway, and it looks like Tommy O'Brien's going to race clear for a try for Leinster. Just the ball went through Conway's hands. The pass was a bit high. Tommy O'Brien very quick to pounce on it.
And I'm not sure Zebo had to force that pass. They clearly had Leinster under all sorts of pressure. I think a shorter pass and just attacking the space might have been the better option. We'll have a look at it here.
Yeah, the shorter pass of Daly maybe was on.
So I don't think he was. I think he was looking for Rory Scannell, and maybe the pass was for Conway. Like the right pass was for Conway a little bit lower. I think he was trying to miss him out. The space was clearly on the edge, but I think there was a little bit through the middle as well. If the pass had gone to Shane Daly or Conway.
Yeah, very sharp from Tommy O'Brien though. He was looking for that, picked it up, cantered in.
You're going to see that from wingers when they're under pressure. They're not really bending back anymore and just letting teams get at them and surviving on the touchline. They're going to try and make a read, and that's where Tommy O'Brien ended up in the middle of the pitch. And because of maybe the pass accuracy, he was lucky, but he pounced on the ball and was able to canter in from halfway.
Frawley successful with his 2 out of 3 now. Leinster increased their lead. It's Munster 7, Leinster 19. Just gone half an hour here at Musgrave Park. 2 quick fire tries for Leinster to build a 12-point lead here, and Munster really want a response here before half-time. The restart from Butler is well caught by Academy centre Ben Brownlee. And Leinster have a chance to clear their lines here through Frawley. So I wanted. Sun was in his eyes there, but Butler did well. Kept his eye on it. Out to Calvin Nash on the wing. Munster up to halfway. Thrown into Buckley. Nice little pop pass inside to Archie. No. Good Leinster defence. Alex Kenley makes a carry. Leinster look to make the poach, but good clear out there by Fineen. Zebo, great pass out wide to Conway. Conway, little chip ahead. Frawley's back, but it goes through his legs. Recovered well to make the clearance. Jack O'Donoghue now looking to make a big carry here from midfield, looking for a gap. Finds Jason Jenkins, and the ball's being ripped clear by Leinster, and they'll have a chance to attack now.
I think unfortunately Jack O'Donoghue had a bit of a canter and found the biggest man on the pitch.
Good clearance there from Leinster scrum half Foley, and Conway has a touchdown, so I think this will be a goal line dropout from Munster, so we've lost a lot of yards there.
I think Zebo's reminiscing on his big pass to Earlsey in the World Cup in 2015, was it?
The whipper.
He's a good man to throw a long pass. No shortage of confidence after he threw the intercept or the fumble pass.
Good to see, though. He doesn't kind of go into a shell.
You're not going to keep that man down. You keep throwing them.
Great to see Conway in full flight again after missing out last year through injury, but good work from Jenkins to rip it from Jack O'Donoghue, and Butler now with the goal line clearance from Munster. Good clearance again. Well taken by Rob Russell. Inside to Deegan. Good double tackle there by Fineen and John Hodnett. Fineen looks to get out of there, yeah. He's done well there. Frawley looks to go himself, but Kendall drags him down, looks for the poach.
Poach is good.
I think his poach is good, but it was Gavin Coombs not being able to get out of the way. Just one thing on the goal line dropout, they're hard enough as it is, so obviously with the attackers coming in on top of the chase coming in on top of Conway, they had to go from the goal line, but Tony Butler's under the post there, and I just wonder, was he going for a short kick, and is that going to give him some distance to keep the ball in the air? But you can go longer if you get away from under the post and get into your 15 and boot the ball long. If it's a contestable, fair enough, but I think the kick was a little bit of an in-between.
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, Gav Coombs caught out there, so Frawley kicks Leinster into the 22 again. At 19-7, Munster really need to provide a big defensive stand here. They don't want to get this game getting away from him.
Yeah, I think Leinster have taken 2 or 3 chances when they're in the spot, haven't they? So they haven't had too many, but they've converted quite well. I think they'll be disappointed with the one that they didn't convert. So again, we see their efficiency here. Hopefully from a Munster perspective, they can find something to keep them out.
Lee Barron to take the throw in. To Deegan. The line out's good for Leinster. They look to maul on. Edging towards the touchline. Good maul defence there for Munster. Foley breaks off. Rob Russell. Ryan Deeney with a little pop to Jack Boyle. Really important here now for Munster to defend this Leinster attack. Jenkins. Culhan with the carry. Good work there by Liam Turner. They're just up to 2 metres short of the line. The ball's gone loose. But the ball went loose there from Leinster. I thought Munster had survived, but offside is called. And you'd imagine Frawley go to the corner here again. But the Munster maul defence much better that time.
Yeah, I think it's a good maul defence. I think you'll see a tap and go here, because I wouldn't trust the scrum, and it's a good attacking opportunity without going to a maul.
Yeah. Lee Barron's going to tap it here. Support from Deeney and Deegan. No.
Relax.
I've never seen a dummy on a tap and go, whether it was on purpose or not. I think it was.
Just get them, make sure in the line. Let's go.
It was disappointing from Munster's perspective. Obviously, Leinster got a rumble on, but they ended up getting the turnover just slightly offside. I'm not sure who it was, but it's a bit of a kick in the teeth after getting the turnover.
Barron goes, short pop. Big moment here now for Munster. Leinster look to be over, but is it held up? It's held up. Whew. Good defence there. Gav Coombs comes up with the ball. There was a few Munster players defenders involved there.
Yeah, and he just tagged on to the end of the tackle. I'm not sure who made the initial tackle, but he came in from a kind of a lateral position and just got himself under the ball. It's good awareness around the goal line. He's obviously very potent on the other side when he's carrying in there, but he's got an awareness as well in defence, so it's good to see. Really
important there as well, because if it got to 26-7, that'd have been a mountain to climb. So Butler with the goal line dropout again from under his own post.
Yeah, look, he's the lad there. He deserves his position. I won't say much, but I'd like to take it from a wider position and go longer.
Yeah.
Advantage to Leinster. I think, was it an early tackle from Conway as he collected the dropout?
Slightly early, I suppose. Technically, it's a penalty. It's a pre-season one, is it?
Yeah, he's going to
just count in there. Yeah.
Just fractions from being a good tackle there.
Again, a bit eager, I'd say, just to get himself into the game. He hasn't really had a run yet, has he?
Yeah. And Leinster, this corner has been where all the action's been. Frawley kick it down here again now. So the Munster defence, they've been busy in the first half.
And this is a very Leinster time to score, isn't it? If Munster can hold them out, it's a big psychological turnaround, I suppose.
Frawley's kick is good. They're about 6 metres out. Munster defended them all well last time. Let's hope for the same this time. Deegan's up again. And the Munster maul is motoring this time. This looks ominous for Munster. They're
Advantage.
just short.
14.
Okay, there's going to be a yellow card here
Relax.
for Andrew Conway
Relax. Clear collapse. Cynical.
for collapsing
Yellow
them all.
card.
So
Unfortunately, I think that's one of those ones where a back doesn't know what to do. The maul is rumbling towards you. You saw Leinster there. They kind of transferred that and went around the left corner of the maul and just kind of beat the attack from, well, when Munster were attacking that maul from a defensive perspective through the middle of it, they just kind of sheared off. And unfortunately, Conway's caught there. He has to do something, but he probably doesn't know where to even enter that maul.
wrong place at the wrong time.
Absolutely.
So Leinster have another opportunity. Munster down to 14. Barron to Deegan again, third time in a row.
And now the short side is vulnerable, isn't it? And Cormac Foley's going around there. He nearly caught him, John Hodnett. Got Neil Cronin out of trouble. But that's exactly where the try came from, because John Hodnett had to double over to help out Neil Cronin, and then they went to where John Hodnett had come from. So I suppose the yellow card had a direct effect there on the maul try, but you would think that someone from the open side would just snuff that out and tighten up the defence. So you can see John Hodnett in the replay. He has to go short side.
Oh yeah.
And then you're left with your 10 and a hooker breaking off the maul. So, you know, because Andrew Conway wasn't on that short side, John Hodnett had to go, and unfortunately your 10 isn't going to always stop a hooker from that distance out.
Lee Barron for the second try. So for all he lines up the conversion here, we'll have about a minute after the restart. But Leinster looking to increase their lead here. Frawley missed one from a similar spot a while ago off the post, but makes no mistake this time. Munster 7, Leinster 26. And it's this corner again, maul, close range.
Yeah,
The Munster defence did well previous time, but on this occasion,
yeah, I
no
think
answer.
just Leinster kind of figured out their maul and kind of went in different areas of it, you know, and kept at it. I suppose it's a hard thing to defend and keep defending when you're stuck in there, but we're missing Andrew Conway from the chase now as well if we're going to go right, and Munster had gotten a bit of return and some attacking possession from these kickoffs, but maybe they won't this time with Conway off the pitch.
Yeah, Butler restarts, quick switch, goes over to the left. Calvin Nash to chase, a little bit overcooked. Calvin nearly kept it in.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those kicks where obviously you don't have Conway this side to maybe show a different picture. You're also, you know, a player or two away from, are we at half time? So maybe you're just trying to get a small bit of possession back and have one last crack, but you know, it's not a bad kick, it just was slightly off.
Yeah, no harm giving it a try as well, because just to give Leinster a different picture.
But now you're stuck from, I think he's going to play out the scrum, and it's, like I said, already probably the most difficult place to defend, and now we're down Andrew Conway on the wing. You're already vulnerable there, so I think Zebo's going to close this up early, and now the kick space is wide open, so Calvin Nash is going to have to get on his bike. I think Leinster can take either side here if they want.
Yeah, they'd love to score now again before half-time. Would 33-7 at half-time would be a very healthy scoreline for Leinster, so
yeah,
Munster would just be happy to get to half-time now, won't they?
And if it wasn't half-time, you have a clear 50-22 on here, but just because it is half-time, they're probably not going to take it, but I'd like to see them go down the left-hand side.
They go left. As you say, kicking behind the space vacated by Zebo. Butler's back. Does very well. Breaks through a tackle. Taken out by two, but it's just, yeah, Munster look to get off the pitch. Zebo kicks it dead. Just happy to get to half time there, really, with down to 14 men. But Leinster having the better side in the first half. It's been a good workout for both teams. But at the half time break here, it's Munster 7, Leinster 26.
I like the fact that Tony Butler wanted to have one more crack off that. Maybe Zebo being the pragmatic one, you don't always see that. But Tony definitely looking to take people on. Probably knew it was the last play as well, but he kind of snuck through a gap. Nearly got away, but you know, Zebo with the pragmatism got the ball off the pitch, and you know, not letting Leinster have one last chance before we get into the dressing rooms.
We'll run for a water break of our own, and we'll be back for the second half. If you want, have a look around the site, Access Munster, at some of the videos if you haven't had the chance yet. We will take a little break and be back in about 10 minutes. Neil Cronin is in. Johnny Holland back on duty at Musgrave Park with the second half of Munster-Leinster about to get underway. Half-time score is Munster 7, Leinster 26. There's a number of changes here. We'll just go through them there in a second. The Leinster team are back out. Munster will be out shortly. Johnny Holland is jotting down next to me. A lot of changes for Leinster at half-time, as you'd expect in these pre-season games. They've actually got a 29-man squad here. Munster with a 25-man squad, so there will be changes on both sides. And here come Munster. So far, it looks like it's the same 15 that started the game, or 14 should I say. Andrew Conway in the sin bin for an infringement in the maul just before half-time.
Yeah, it looks like Munster have kept it together, and I think that happens when you're down by a bit in the pre-season games. They might have made a few changes before that, but Leinster have made a couple. Charlie Tector there in at 10, Luke McGrath at 9. I think Jamie Osborne is over on the far left wing in place of Rob Russell. But Kieran Frawley's still on the pitch. I think it might be in place of Ben Brownlee, so we'll have a look at how they line out.
Yeah, it's kind of give the Munster lads a chance to kind of to play a bit more after a tough first half, a bit of chance to redeem themselves, and Tector gets us back underway here at Musgrave Park. Good take by Kendlin, immediately tackled, and Munster will look to exit here.
Use it.
O'Donoghue.
Ball's there. Ball's there.
It's a bit messy there. Cronin just trying to get it back to launch the clearance.
No. Take him back.
He can't go directly to touch. It's the ball taken back into 22. He launches one a little bit infield. Good take by Cosgrave for Leinster. Looks for Deegan on the outside. Archie shepherds him in field. Calvin Nash just about brings him down. Luke McGrath in field. Tector at 10. Drop from Leinster there, and that'll be a Munster scrum. So I think Frawley's gone into centre with Tector at out half.
Yeah, and actually Jamie Osborne's at 13 with Rob Russell still on the pitch. So the two centres have gone off, Brownlee and Liam Turner.
Yeah, as I said, a 29-man Leinster squad, so there will be a lot of changes, giving as many players game time as possible. Munster, 25-man squad, but we've kept the team from the first half out there. Good attacking platform here early in the half, even though we're down a man.
Yeah, still a good attacking platform because you can take one side and they're going to have to give you a small bit of gain line, I think. So let's see if Munster can get a bit of a flow on.
Cronin feeds the scrum.
Use it 9.
Goes right to Butler. Butler, good kick in behind, beautiful kick. Lovely, bounces into touch. Nice bit of territory earlier on.
Yeah, you can see it's just hard there because Chris Cosgrave's in the middle of the pitch. He's the only one in the backfield really, because the two wingers have to nearly be up to cover the running threat, and that's where Rob Russell had to kind of close. Chris Cosgrave hadn't gotten across yet, which you would expect, and Tony Butler just took the space behind, just short for 50-22. I think that's probably what his aim would have been, to try and get the ball back, but it's still a good front foot platform, I would say, for Munster.
Yeah, good game management as well, down to 14. Pin Leinster back a bit, try and get some territory. The Leinster line is good though, and they look to attack from their own half here. It's a vastly experienced Luke McGrath. Looks like he's going to launch a kick down the tram lines. Strike is good. Zebo's underneath it. Zebo's fumbled it under pressure there, but
No.
number 11 there for Leinster, Rob Russell, was in. Good pressure, but then he knocked it on, so happy to get away with that one, really.
Yeah, I think Zebo was looking at the dancing feet, spinning out of the tackle before the ball was secured. But luckily Munster get the ball back, and you'd wonder, are they going to exit here without Andrew Conway back on the pitch? But maybe they'll have a crack first.
Good to see Zebo actually at full back for his first time since he returned from Racing 92.
Good to see him on the pitch as well, isn't it? I think he hasn't had a kind of a run at games, so hopefully with the slower start, some breaks between games and a break between now and the URC start, hopefully he'll get a bit of a run of it.
Cronin feeds into the scrum.
Use it 9.
Cronin to Butler. In midfield to Shane Daly. Shane Daly, great run out to Zebo on his outside. That was promising for Munster. Into Kendellen. We're into the Leinster half. Momentum slowed a little bit. Butler out the back to Daly. Daly makes another half break. Calvin Nash looking for work, very busy. Archie, good pop inside. Scott Buckley, I think it was. Going in again. Good hands there in midfield, brilliant. Butler, lovely pass, spins it out wide to John Hodden on the wing. John Hodden breaks a tackle, nearly up to the Leinster 22. Really good attack here from Munster. Cronin to Archie. Out the back to Scannell. Crossfield kick with his left leg. Out to Jack O'Donoghue on the wing. Zebo's up in support. Jack O'Donoghue tackled. The pass wasn't on. Good decision. Good recycle from Munster. Leinster putting him under pressure, but Cronin's there. Fineen Wycherley. Out the back to Butler. Coombs makes half a yard. Recycle quickly. This is better. Scott Buckley nearly through. To Fineen. Back to Buckley. Munster now within 5 metres. Leinster nearly in for the post, but just about held onto it. Daly with a step. Coombs, great hands. Archie, Butler. Oh, nearly through. Scannell, did it go forward? Yes. Oh, that was very unlucky. Great play from Munster. It's their best sequence of the game. Some lovely rugby there, but the pass, the floated pass, I think the runner came up for Leinster, nearly intercepted. And Scannell, it just went forward off his fingertip.
Yeah, I just got in Rory's eye line, but there were so many impressive parts to that. I think Shane Daly, first of all, on the bounce off the set piece, he's dangerous when he gets on the outside like that. And Zebo playing off him. I think he had a second play through the middle, coming left to right, and you could see the Munster back swinging together. Calvin Nash was out the back of it. I think if he gave him the ball, he would have seen a bit of dancing from Calvin Nash there as well. But interestingly, you saw John Hodnett down the left-hand touchline in a very similar picture to what we saw before Jack Crowley dropped the goal up in the Aviva when Munster beat Leinster in the semi-final. So a lot of similar pictures. And then, as we said in the first half, Neely Cronin around the fringes, and with Scott Buckley went through the middle, just inside that line speed that we saw. And very nearly a well-worked try with lots of phases. It's just very unfortunate. But I think the Munster coaches, looking back at that, will see a lot of positives from it.
And nearly every player involved as well. The backs and the forwards interlinking. Some lovely play, and just a pity. It would have been lovely to get a try off that one.
A lot of offloading in tight spaces too, which I know a lot of people would like to see.
Yeah. Luke McGrath goes on the short side. They spotted the gap there. Great attack from Jack O'Donoghue. Pretty unlucky here. Tommy O'Brien did really well to get the offload away, but Jack O'Donoghue had already dragged him into touch.
That was such good work rate from Jack, because he's pinned down in the scrum there where you can't give a penalty away. You have to pack down, and Tommy O'Brien is quick and he was flat off the scrum. You thought he was just about to get away, but Jacko did his work and got him into touch. Maybe feeling it a small bit now because of it, but it was a great tackle.
Very important there as well, because they could have been back into our 22, back on the attack, and it's important to just have a bit of territory here. And it looks like Andrew Conway is back over the far side there, so Munster should be back up to 15, so that's another little boost.
I think Jack was a bit isolated there just because of Conway not being on the pitch yet. Calvin would have been covering elsewhere.
Timing issue there in the line out, looked like. And Leinster back in possession. That's a pity. It would have been nice to back up to 15 to launch another attack there, but Leinster in possession now. They've made another number of changes. Gus McCarthy with the carry there, the academy man, Ireland under 20 international. Luke McGrath, good clearance. Calvin Nash underneath it. Great take from Calvin. And he's managed to bounce off a tackle and get into midfield. The dancing feet gets past a few. Good offload to Archie. Leinster nearly in on the poach there. Kendall and nearly. There was 2 Leinster poachers there. Kendall and nearly battled off the 2 of them.
I wouldn't put it past him either. He's a serious player, operating really well in the pre-season as well. He comes up with big plays, but just too much from that time.
Charlie Tector gets Leinster back up to the Munster 22. Great competing there from Gav Coombs. Nearly won the ball back. Temi Lasisi, another replacement with carry. McGrath to Jenkins. Leinster into the 22. That's Will Connors, another Leinster replacement. McGrath sniping, but he looks to be isolated here. Alex Henlon's in over the ball, nearly wins it back. Leinster just about hold on to it. Jenkins, another big carry, but strong double hit there from Hodnett and Archer. McGrath detector, but great defence again from Jack O'Donoghue, quick off the line. Will Connors. Leinster just going through the phases here. Good carry there by Osborne.
Stay there. You all right?
Paddy McCarthy, good hands detector. Great tackle there by Rory Scanlon was. Leinster go out right, Will Connors again, but great tackle from Calvin Nash. There's Frawley. Nash again very busy. Coombs looks for the poach, but Leinster do well. Tony Lassisi, detector. Good hit again there from Munster from Hodnett. The chop tackle. Leinster go left again. Jamie Osborne, another replacement. Frawley with a little dink through. Conway looks like to have it. Good take from Conway. Now chance for Munster to counter. Great kick. And Conway's after it. Jamie Osborne under a bit of pressure as he retreats. Conway coming up to him as he picks it. Good offload. Leinster had the numbers there, but great work rate from Conway. Brilliant tackle on Tector. And Munster look to have won it back here. No. Well done. Leinster did well there. The kick from McGrath's out in the full though. Great work right there from it was Conway first, and I think Jack O'Donoghue involved as well.
I think you've just seen all of Andrew Conway there, because you know he's a threat on the outside. Kieran Frawley has someone on his left, maybe Rob Russell, and Andrew Conway just reading body language, seeing the kick going in behind. He was really sharp on it, which meant that he had time to get himself free, got a good kick away, but it's in the work rate after that. He's rapid as it is. But it was actually Jamie Osborne, big lad with plenty of movement in him as well, that he chased down, and then a second hit on Charlie Tector, I think. So much good work from Conway, and that's why there's such a roar from the crowd, because it's hugely appreciated, and those things can be turning points, you know, like the work from him, an attacking kick from Kieran Frawley, but to get back and then loosen himself up to get Munster in the other end of the pitch and get a bit of territory and possession, that was huge.
Yeah, looks like both teams are going to take a well-earned water break here. It's been pretty manic first 10 minutes in the second half. Great here, the Munster crowd in full voice there. It's 8,400 capacity tonight.
What's the number?
The East Terrace capacity has been increased, so previously the capacity of the ground was 8,000. It's up to 8,400 tonight. Yeah, and it'll be up to 8,800 later in the season. So great to see a good crowd in here for a pre-season game. The sun is shining. And we just need to see a few more Munster tries and everyone will be happy. Coombs takes the line out. Munster maul inches forward, nearly up to the Leinster 22.
Once!
Stopped once, so that'll be Cronin's cue to move it shortly. But we're back. We're still going. The pack want to keep it. Cronin spins it wide to Scannell, out the back to Butler. Lovely pass to Zebo. Good hands from Zebo to Nash. Nash takes on his man, not held, keeps going. Conway at scrum half to Butler. The pass was a little low yet to check his run, so he's caught by the defence. Cronin snipes a little. Nash to Shane Daly in midfield. Zebo. Zebo swings it wide to John Hodnett again. John Hodnett on the wing. Takes on his man. Just about hauled down. Cronin's in there at scrum half. Goes on the blind side to Hodnett again. Always takes two men to take him down. He always bounces off the first tackle and he gets it away to Kendlin. Quick hands there from Zebo to Daly. Munster within 10 metres. Archer's had plenty of ball in the second half. Fineen, good hit from the Leinster defence there.
Okay, advantage offside.
Munster have the advantage, so we've got a free play here. Archie to Scannell to Butler. There's no one outside him, it doesn't matter. We had the penalty advantage. We go back.
Nice. Offside, Blue.
I think that offside penalty was coming for a bit. I thought they were offside off the maul initially. We see a nice little bits of interplay. The Cork-Con connection between Simon Zebo and Shane Daly with the ball back inside.
Sub for Munster, Ethan Coughlin's coming on for Neil Cronin at scrum half. So he'll pair up with Tony Butler, the NSRFC connection in the halfbacks. They both made their debuts against Wasps. Actually, Ennis previously hadn't had a single professional player for Munster, and then they had three in one day with Coughlin, Butler and Conor Maloney all playing that on that famous day in Coventry. Coughlin played a few times as well last season. He'll happy to get more minutes under his belt today with Conor Murray and Craig Casey at the World Cup.
I think John Hodnett's looking like Munster's most dangerous winger at the moment, isn't he? He's an effective player out in those wide spaces.
Yeah, I saw it as well in the URC final as well. Scored quite a memorable try late on. Great penalty from Butler up to the 5 metre line. Much better for Munster in the second half, hasn't it?
It's funny, like it all came from the Andrew Conway piece of work rate, and you see it doesn't take a whole lot to get the Munster crowd get behind them again, you know. So the ball went into the maul and they're all roaring them on. Hopefully they can get something here.
Yeah, Buckley with the sun in his eyes finds Kendlin, so goes to the front. What can the Munster pack do here?
Once!
Stopped once by Leinster. Coughlin gets it out to Scannell. Hits it up. Coughlin again to Wycherley. Buckley makes a carry.
I think we're all looking for Gavin Coombs in this part of the pitch.
Yeah. Archer makes another half yard. Kendlin. Munster keeping it tight so far. Archer looks to make another carry. Leinster nearly over it. But we hold on to it. Josh Wycherley with the carry. Ekes out another half yard. Hodnett, more central this time. Coughlin passes to Daly. Good double hit from Leinster. Josh Wycherley again, another carry from him. Coughlin looks left. Wycherley, Fineen Wycherley this time. Archer again, good hands to Hodnett. The Munster crowd in full voice now. It's Jack O'Donoghue who gets us up to within 5 metres. Back to Coombs. Leinster have had all the answers to this Munster attack so far. They're nearly in on the post, but Munster just about hold on to it. Coughlin to Nash. Always busy Nash. Coughlin to Butler. Floats one. It's over Zebo. Leinster could be onto this. There's no whistle. It's Russell. Hacks it on. Conway. Great work from Conway. He has the speed. Kicks it out. It'll be a Leinster 5 metre scrum, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, I think after all that work, he was happy enough to give away the scrum, but that's disappointing. You know, it was very good patience from Munster inside the 22. But unfortunately, I think they left the pace of it just dropped a small bit. I think they could have gone a little bit quicker and stressed the Leinster defence a small bit more, but Leinster seemed very comfortable, always kind of sniffing around the poach. And unfortunately, poor time to kind of throw the floating pass over the top.
Yeah, it's a bit of miscommunication here. Maybe he got the call, but well, it's ended back in the Munster half. A 5 metre scrum coming up for Leinster.
Thanks,
more changes for them, and a big ovation you can hear there for John Ryan as he returns from a stint in Super Rugby. His third Munster debut, I counted, as made his 200th appearance for the province last year. He replaces Stephen Archer. Big ovation for Archer as he comes off. The crowd appreciate his efforts today. 14 years on from his debut. Quite incredible, really.
Yeah, two legends at this stage now. John Ryan back again after his travels, but it's great to see him back.
His first job was packed down in a 5 metre scrum, so nice gentle introduction to the game.
Crouch! Bang! Set!
Munster feed looking dangerous here off the back of the scrum. Oh, another try for Leinster, that's their fourth. A bit too soft from the Munster defence again. I think it's replacement Diarmuid Mangan who scored it.
Six!
It's just 2 phases though, isn't it? Like, it's going to be disappointing when they see that back. It's a hard place to defend, don't get me wrong, but 2 phases is too little to score.
Yeah, big carry from Culhane off the base of the scrum. Got up to 20 yards, and then Mangan, the replacement, barged over, but
Yeah, no.
a lot to work on from a defensive perspective from this, and I suppose that's the value of the pre-season games.
Yeah, I think, like you said it there, the value of the pre-season games is so you're not just defending each other for the rest of the summer, you know, and it's possibly a little bit early, and I'm not sure how ready the teams are, but you know, you can't just keep seeing the same pictures defending against each other in training. I think it'd be hugely valuable. I don't think they'll be they won't be too worried about it. Obviously, look, the scoreline is going to get run up a small bit here, but you'll see a lot of pictures that you can correct and work on, and I'm sure they will be doing that in the next couple of weeks.
Tector adds the points, and apologies, it's Leinster's 5th try, and that makes it Munster 7, Leinster 33 after 57 minutes. Scott Buckley looks to be coming off. He's walking off one of the medics, but
You got a sub hooker on?
nothing serious again. Tony Butler's come off here as well.
Off.
So Fionn Gibbons has come on in the Munster back line. He made his debut against Connacht last year.
Rory Scannell has gone into his rightful position at out half.
And Chris Moore is coming on. Made his debut in pre-season last year, yet to make a competitive appearance. But he comes on for Scott Buckley. Good ovation for Scott Buckley. Good shift from himself and Tony Butler. Good minutes in the tank. Scannell gets us back underway, and Leinster look to clear through Luke McGrath. Zebo's under that one. Little step. Leinster look to poach, but good clear out from Munster there. John Ryan's first carry. The contact. Juggled it there a little on the ground, held on to it. Offside against Leinster. So Munster will have the chance to kick into 18. The Leinster 22. Offside. It'll be the left boot of Rory Scannell. As you said, playing it out half. He's played there. Remember him playing there a lot for Dolphin in his youth.
He played there a lot, a big cannon of a left boot. So he's kicked us into the corner nicely.
Munster, 2 subs, 7 and 8. Yeah, 2 subs, 7 and 8.
You might have heard over the referees mic there, another 2 subs for Munster, so it's Ruan Quinn coming on, and Jack Daly making a welcome return to action. He missed all of last year due to a knee injury, so brilliant to see him back on the pitch. And it's John Hodnett and Alex Kendall who make way. You can see from John Hodnett's got his scrum cap off there. It's a lot of sweat has gone into this game. It's a very hot evening in Musgrave Park, but good shift from the 2 lads.
A lot of West Cork sweat inside in that scrum cap now, but just to note, Jack Daly coming back on the pitch. I was looking at an interview with him on Access Munster, and he said something about 400 and odd days, did he? It's incredible just to keep going at it. He's a good guy, he's a good hard grafter as well, so it's great to see him back on the pitch.
Absolutely good take there from Coombs. The Munster maul, inch forward. Coughlin is on hands on the ball, but the pack are happy to keep going. He's ready to swing it wide if it stops, but it hasn't stopped yet. Munster get up as far as the 5 metre line now. It's gone to the ground, so Leinster, good defence there in the maul, win the turnover. The maul went to ground. I thought Munster were going to be able to swing it wide, but
I don't know, was that call coming from the Munster management area or the crowd, but it was an alright shout for in the side of the maul. Maybe there was just a little bit of a loss of connection in the maul there, but I think Leinster may or may not have gotten away with one there.
5 red. 5 red.
Yeah, you can just see, so Fionn Gibbons has gone into inside centre. Rory Scannell's moved to out half. And another change for Munster here. Fineen Witchery's coming off, and it's a pro day for Evan O'Connell. He makes his senior debut for Munster. He was on the replacements bench last year against Ulster, but he didn't come on, but he's on now. Good to see him get 20 minutes under his belt here. Good shift from Fineen.
Crouch. Bang. Set.
Leinster get the free kick off the scrum. They might have to clear or go for the scrum again. They've got an all-academy front row. Yeah, so they're going to put boot to ball, clear their lines. Jamie Osborne, left boot. clears it up the left wing. Conway nearly keeps it in, but it's a really good touch. Munster will have the line out inside our own half. Chris Moore will have his first chance to throw in. Going into the last 20 minutes now, Johnny. 33-7 down. What would the Munster coaches be looking for? A bit of fight?
A bit of fight, yeah, just kind of sticking in it. But I think they'd like to just stick with, you know, the old cliche of their processes. But like whatever they've been working on, it doesn't really matter if it's 60 minutes in a preseason game or the first 20. They'd look to be doing the right thing all the time. And maybe if that was 60 minutes in a different game, you start throwing things wildly. But they'd be looking to make the right decisions here. Like that's a great decision to kick him behind because the Leinster defence had closed up, and that's in touch. Yeah, so that's a great management of the game at 60 minutes when you're behind by so much.
Excellent. Evan O'Connell took the line out. Munster spun it wide to Conway. Perfectly judged kick.
Munster ball.
Andrew Osborne tried to keep it in, but he had a foot and touch. You know, that was a good little 60-metre gain there from a line out on the right-hand touchline.
It's interesting. Sean Gibbons there after the whistle. I don't think he was doing much out of the way, but he would have played with a lot of these guys as well. So maybe just getting to know each other again.
Yeah. The Grand Slam winner to Ireland under-20s 2 years ago, Fionn Gibbons. Chris Moore now with the throw in. Coombs safely takes.
That penalty.
Double banking, or is it?
Yeah, it is, and it's happening all the time. I think the referees are looking out for it. Ireland are getting caught for a lot at the moment.
20 red.
It's just a very frustrating one. You're right on the edge of it. I think they'll still continue to do it. You just have to leave a small bit more space at the front, but referees are definitely looking to get it, and we might see a few of those in the World Cup over the weekend.
Hector clears his lines for Leinster. That's a shame. It would have been good to see Munster up to 15 and launch a nice attack, but yeah, you will see but one of those a game now for in any game you watch.
Yeah, and I think what I'm being told is that the benefits are worth it when when you get away with it, but obviously it seems like a waste of possession when you do get caught.
Yeah. Leinster line out is good. It's Max Egan in midfield. Luke McGrath looks like he's setting up to kick this one. Nash, Zebo and Conway all back. So towards Nash. Safe hands, great stuff. Makes a half break as well. Coughlin to Josh Wycherley. Big carry. Doesn't get isolated though. Good stuff from Evan O'Connell there. Rowan Quinn. Looks like Coughlin's going to put boot to ball here. Nash is ready to chase. It's too long for him. Luke McGrath, safe hands. Cosgrave. Dancing feet there, but taken on eventually by Gav Coombs. Leinster go left to Osborne. Down the blind side to Lassisi. Munster force him back. Will Connors at scrum half to Deegan through his hands. Lucky there, could have been a knock on. Great work there at the breakdown. Jack Daly, I think it was. Jack Daly and Coombs are in there. I'm not sure who won the penalty, but Munster did really well there. It was a little handling error from Leinster, straight in, win the turnover.
Yeah, I think we're going to give that one to Jack Daly. I think he was on the ball anyway. Maybe it was Coombs' tackle and Jack Daly over the ball, but that's his bread and butter. He's one of those players. He's a groundhog. So, again, he's making his mark after so long out of the game.
Yeah. And Scannell kicks us deep into the Leinster 22, that left boot. And Chris Moore, his first few throws have been spot on. I'm not jinxing him, are you?
You did it already. Yeah. Shane McCarthy's coming in here for Andrew Conway.
Yeah, great to see Shane McCarthy on for his senior debut. Joined the academy this summer. Huge ovation for Andrew Conway, as you can hear.
And they're queuing up for him already. He hasn't even got to the stand yet.
I know it's good from Munster. We maul on towards the Leinster line. Great maul defence again from Leinster, you have to say.
Yeah, they're not giving anything up. And even when you look at them exiting from 35, 40 metres from their line with Luke McGrath. They're keeping it pragmatic, and they're not going to go loosely just because it's a pre-season game on a 4G pitch. Everyone that's come onto the pitch are looking to keep within the structures and make their own mark within the game as well. And I think you do that with a bit of cohesion. So they're not just going to go loose, and they're sticking with what they know now.
Crouch. Bang. Set.
15 minutes to go here. Big carry from Deegan off the base of the scrum. I think it was Scanlon who made the tackle. McGrath, as you said, pragmatic, puts boot to ball, no messing around.
Yeah, a bit of a hook on that one. But when you look at Rory Scannell in the 10 channel after playing so much rugby at 12, you're not going to lack physicality when someone like Max Deegan's coming off the scrum.
And as you said, he's so much experience there. He's seen it all.
He made most of my tackles, so he's still making them.
Would you have played 10 and Rory 12?
We played a lot of A games with the two of us there, so Rory would have been still as a 10 really, but they pushed him into 12, and then we played some senior games in there as well, up in the sports ground with Bundyaki running at me and him crossing over to tackle for me, so always forever grateful on that one.
Munster line out well spoiled there by Leinster. And you'd imagine Luke McGrath again here, put boot to ball.
I know it's pragmatic, but there's a run kick on here. I'd love to see like Aisel King over here on the right wing. If he can get the ball into his hands, he's a dangerous customer.
Good take from Shane McCarthy, his first touch. Inside to Zebo. Zebo looks for a gap, runs a Tector in the end. Coughlin goes back to the blind side. Chris Moore, good carry. Battles through the contact. Coughlin goes right again to Scannell. Bit of a timing issue there as well. Coombs.
Yeah, there was a mix-up, I think, wasn't there? But I was impressed with Chris Moore working on the ground there, placing the ball long, trying to get the ball a little bit faster for Munster in attack. But I was also impressed by Charlie Tector. He's not going backwards in the tackle at all. I think his physicality is right up there as well. He had 2 tackles on Zebo already that I think he stopped him in his tracks a bit.
Another change for Munster. Stephen Kiley comes on for Calvin Nash. It's Stephen Kiley's senior debut also, Ireland under-19 international. Came up through the ranks at Castletroy College in Old Crescent. He was trained with the team last year and he's been in for pre-season as well, so good opportunity here for a young lad like him to get a few minutes under his belt against Leinster.
He's very young. He's played Irish under-19 during the summer or just before it maybe. And, it's a good exposure, but coming on for a guy like Calvin Nash, I've been so impressed by Calvin lately. All of last year, he's so strong in the contacts. I know he looks like he's a bit of a stepper, but it's his physical strength gets him through a lot.
So, bit of a rejig for Munster, so Kiley's gone onto the wing. Actually, no, straight swap. Nash for Kiley for Nash. Apologies. Nearly another handling error from Leinster there as McGrath's pass popped up, but he did well to hold on to it. John Ryan in for the poach, and he gets it.
Oh, a pop turnover. It's nice to see.
John Ryan's great at those ones, isn't he?
He gets in there, right, Jazz. The flexible hamstrings.
No problems. Got a number?
So an opportunity for Munster to attack again. We've been good at the breakdown in the second half, putting them under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I think it actually came from, was it Rory's line speed? Jamie Osborne was put under a bit of pressure, nearly got the turnover, but sure, it's the pressure from one phase that builds to another, and the turnover is always going to be, the opportunity will present itself.
And Scannell, trusty left boot, deep into the Leinster 22 again. So we'll have an attacking platform here.
I think at this stage we're due a score one end of the pitch or the other, because it has been a bit of a stalemate. I was going to say that the substitutions nearly make it a kind of a restart, but they've come in seamlessly. I think they've been really good. We just had a bit of a stalemate in the middle of the pitch, and Munster are going to have to try and score a try here to get some positives back out of the game.
Good take from Evan O'Connell, Roon Quinn then off the back. But again,
that's so frustrating when you look back at the opportunities that you had. It's a simple drop pass from an experienced guy like Jack O'Donoghue.
Was it a timing thing there as well, or does the pass a little behind
him?
Did
pass,
he run
I'd say the pass might have left him behind, but maybe those guys haven't all done these positions in pre-season so far, and you can get small connections. Some guy knows that he wants the ball out in front, another guy wants it stuck to him early, you know, so small changes like that when you get different personnel in there, but, you know, it doesn't really matter who you are, you're passing a rugby ball, you've done it many times, so, you know, you'd like to hit it properly and get into the right spaces.
Bang!
Another chance goes a bigging. McGrath feeds it Leinster scrum. Munster put him under a bit of pressure, but they're able to get it away comfortably enough. And the big boot from Jamie Osborne. Shane McCarthy's under the high ball. Good hands there. And now he runs at the Leinster defence. He's been very impressive for young Munster, the AL. Shane McCarthy he's come into the academy over the summer.
Unfortunately, he's been impressive against us as well, so he can definitely run.
Good hands from Evan O'Connell there to Scannell. Shane Daly's a bit of a jinking run there, and here's Kiley with his space in front of him, puts boot to ball, chases after his own kick. Jack Daly's up there as well. Great pick from Jack Daly. Good turnover there, I think. Will Connors, he's been doing that for a long time. Great stuff from Stephen Kiley though on his senior debut for a young lad.
It's great to see him back himself. You know, you see a lot of young people might just kick the ball because they don't know what's next, but that was actually the right decision to kick the ball. And then the work rate, we mentioned it from Jack Daly, to get on the other end of it. Unfortunately, he got turned over. Will Connors is like a signing for Leinster. When he plays more games, it's like getting an international back. But
Time off.
Luke McGrath came through the ruck as well. Both very experienced heads to get Leinster out of a bit of trouble.
Yeah, good to see Jack Daly in full flow again. And another change here for Munster. Kieran Ryan, another debutant, his first senior appearance. He comes on for Josh Wycherley, a Shannon RFC man. Played schools rugby at St. Munchin, so proud day for his family, everyone involved in his club and school. So 7 academy players on for Munster at the moment, along with Stephen Kiley, who's Ireland under-19 international. The line out just goes awry. Moore can't find O'Connell, and Leinster now back in possession of midfield. Drop ball from Leinster, so we'll have the scrum.
I think that's Liam Turner came back on the pitch, wasn't it? And unfortunately for him, he's dropped the ball. But you know what's very interesting is you get someone like Stephen Kiley that young, and you get a lot of academy players on the pitch, and you don't realise it until afterwards. Like, you've been rubbing shoulders there with Max Deegan, Luke McGrath, a lot of internationals on the other side as well, like, you know. So Will Connors, you know, these kind of guys, you realise that you're not so far away. There's a couple of jumps up, obviously, and when you get a team of internationals against you, it's going to be a lot harder. But you know, if you can slip in seamlessly like that, you're not so far away, and it's a nice realisation moment when you get on the pitch.
And it must be amazing for friends, family, people you played with before, seeing you out there playing for Munster for the first time.
I'd be surprised about the people that are proud of him when you get out there, and maybe it's their little bit of a connection to the club as well. But just to see it kind of, again, like I said, you know, within that company, you could have a whole host of changes here, and you won't have Luke McGrath or Max Deegan and these guys on the pitch, but to have them on there, you know that you've been up against a good team.
Auckland feeds the scrum, but
relax. Okay, the ball's came straight back out.
Just coming up to 8 minutes left here in Musgrave Park. Munster 7, Leinster 33. Most of the damage done in the first half really by Leinster.
I think Munster have had opportunities to do the same. It just got a bit static on the 22. So, like, I think if you look back at it and you totted it up, I don't think you get a massive amount of change in the opportunities for both teams. You know what I mean? So they just have to look at their efficiency when they get there, maybe.
Set.
Coughlin feeds in the scrum. We go again. Little skip past to Fionn Gibbons. Looks to get on the outside. Great stuff from Fionn Gibbons. Shane Daly. Kiley's on the outside. Kiley's about to go to left corner. Yes! Kiley on a senior debut. Brilliant. What a great moment for the young man. Lovely stuff there from Munster. Fionn Gibbons did really well. And that's the Munster's first try of the second half, and that was really nice play, Johnny, wasn't it?
Yeah, Fionn Gibbons was really well there just to break it up a bit, but Shane Daly's always anticipating, and he got on there. And then a nice pass to get to Stephen Kiley, and that's a magic moment for him. Like, you won't forget that one. And, you know, like I said, rubbing shoulders with the opposition, but he's got someone like Zebo on his team here congratulating him. You can see him coming over to him. So he's quite happy with himself, and so he should be.
Yeah, what a moment. Scannell out. Very difficult conversion from the left touch line. Just fades left. But really impressive score there from Munster.
And you see the reaction you get from the crowd as well. They're hanging for you to get anything. Like, you know, such a good crowd. It's a great place to play. It's always full when you get matches here, you know. So any inkling of anything attacking, you get some bit of a hard work rate and to get on their feet. So, like, to give them a score like that is finally, after a bit of a stalemate in the middle, is great for them.
Yeah, great to give the fans something to cheer about in the second half here.
Hopefully have the last laugh.
Pector restarts for Leinster. Offside on the chase.
So far offside.
Option, scrum. In front.
Munster will go for the scrum. So we'll have another chance to attack here from midfield.
Get the ball to Stephen Kiley.
Munster 12, Leinster 33. Just coming up to 5 minutes left.
A different setup for Munster here. Zebo in behind, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. So it's a different setup from Gibbons' break, because he doesn't have Shane Daly on his outside now.
Bind. Set.
Munster scrum is very good. And we get the penalty. So another chance here. Rory Scannell to ping it into the corner.
Yeah, you'd always wonder from the midfield scrum if the back row are actually scrummaging, because they're so worried about, you know, maybe Munster have changed the picture. Rory's gone to the other side with Shane. They're worried about what's coming down their left-hand side, I suppose. And sometimes you do get a nudge on in the scrum because the back of that opposition scrum is just looking up.
Unbelievable penalty from Rory Scannell into the corner. He's given the pack every chance here now.
That makes some difference, though, because if you're mauling from 15 metres, you're not expected to get over the line. If you're going from 6, it's very realistic, you know. So those kind of kicks deep into the opposition 22 are huge.
Early in the URC final, actually, remember Jack Crowley nailed one into the left corner.
Yeah. Makes all the difference.
Big chance here for Munster now. Chris Moore. The line out just goes right, and Leinster will have the chance to clear. Big boot from Jamie Osborne. Shea McCarthy, good patience there. He could have gone for it and knocked it on, but waited for it to bounce up. Makes about 10 yards. Good work there from the winger. Coughlin, Coombs. Makes a few hard yards. Coughlin looks right here. Kieran Ryan, good hands to Scannell. Scannell again to Shea McCarthy. Nice little short ball there. Could hear the referee telling Leinster to leave the ball. John Ryan makes a carry. Scannell in the scrum half to Zebo. Coombs, good hands there to Gibbons. Great work from him in the lead up to the first try, or the first try of the second half of Munster. Coombs to Josh Wycherley. Scannell to Daly. Daly's looked very elusive tonight.
Yeah, he has.
Out wide to Shea McCarthy. Nice little step. Good work again from the winger. Coughlin to Kieran Ryan. Good hands. Coughlin again to Scannell. Jack Daly out the back to Daly. Roon Quinn, great stuff. Knocked it forward. Looked like it was going to be a knock on, but he dived to cling onto it. Daly again. He's been busy since he came on. Coombs. Shane Daly nearly through. Throws the offload, but Eitzal King gets in there. Leinster back in possession. As you were saying earlier, Johnny, when you make a break, you're tempted to go for that offload.
I think Shane playing in the space there around the ruck again. But yeah, just throwing an extra pass, unfortunately. I think he's hurt himself here as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, Shane Daly down. The medics come on. Hopefully, it's just something very minor.
Yeah, that's one we won't want to see for Shane Daly. He's been so sharp. You know, like I said, I've been up around training, and
Yeah, 2 minutes left.
he likes to attack. He's so fast to get on something, swing with the backs. Himself and Calvin Nash have been working really well together when they swing around the back of a forward pod with the 10 coming up the back of it. So hopefully there's not a whole lot going on here.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to stay on. He's chatting with the medics.
You alright?
Hopefully that's a sign that it's very minor, that he's not automatically coming off.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
He's just going to strap his wrist here. and hopefully get on with it.
Yeah. Just give him a bit of time. He's dropping it there.
Maybe just slow down the
Engagement.
Yeah, it's a little
There's
bit.
2 minutes to go as well. It's the last thing you want to see in a pre-season. Anyone picking up a knocks,
No.
especially so late in the game. But it looks like he's getting strapped up and he'll continue.
On his elbow, not his wrist.
Technically, yeah, but it happened so quick. Yeah. Have a look for it. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep the standards, lads. Keep the standards. Time back on.
McGrath gets ready to feed the scrum.
Great.
Thankfully, Shane Daly's okay to
Bang.
continue. He's just flexing his arm there a bit. But he's still on the pitch, so that's a good sign.
Use it.
McGrath goes left. Leinster nearly through there, but the pass just a little bit ahead of Liam Turner, and it's a Munster advantage. Leinster nearly with a breakout try there out of nothing.
Yeah, Jamie Osborne through the middle, wasn't it? But it's actually funny, I was watching Stephen Kiley here in the backfield and possibly not going as early. They're the small things that you learn after you get a bit of feedback like this. He had Rory on his side. I think he should just be, starting to close a little bit earlier, because Leinster have an overload on the other side, because we have to pull Rory over this side to just make sure they don't get a breakdown there in a vulnerable position. You try to fix that with the backfield, send your full back early, send your winger early, and they're the small things that you might learn as a younger player on the pitch with more experienced guys too.
Yeah, it's a
Time
massive
back on.
opportunity for a young lad like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge.
Playing on a big occasion like this. Replacement for Munster's Butler re-enters the fray. Shane Daly comes off. As we said, hopefully it's just something very minor,
Great.
but no point, I guess, him playing
Bang.
the last minute and a half, taking the risk.
Set.
Straight into the selfies as well. Fair play to him.
Use it.
Munster scrum is good. O'Donoghue to Coughlin, to Rory Scannell, to Butler. Shea McCarthy nearly through a gap. Oh, the offload to Sean Gibbons was good, but the ball went forward. And Leinster now have a chance to attack from deep here, going into the last minute. Pass goes to ground, but
Relax.
we're going to go back. Leinster had the
Knock on
advantage for a Munster knock on.
Outside the 20.
I think there's a
Thanks,
small
Gav.
bit there. Rory Scannell going back into 12, just slipped back in and had a lovely pass. Like he's just such good knowledge of the game. He's really comfortable around a couple of positions, and that experience. You wonder how people are so good, and then you see him doing something like that. His knowledge of the game just allows him to kind of play whatever he wants in each position.
He's incredibly dependable as well.
Yeah, that's when we struggle at a certain stage. Like Rory just had a calm head and the shoulders. He got gain line. He threw a few passes. He has obviously a big left boot. He's got a lot of the fundamentals, and that allows him to play in a couple of different positions.
Thanks, Gav. Crouch. Bang.
Really grateful for him for taking
Set.
those Bundy
Oh, yeah.
carries. McGrath feeds the Leinster scrum. They look to attack from deep here. Tector, wide to Cosgrave. To Jinkin feet, beats a few tackles before running into Coombs. Deegan with the carry. The clock is in the red here. Leinster will keep playing. There's Turner. Good carry there from Jack Daly. Kieran Ryan looks at great work from Kieran Ryan there to win the turnover. But that's the story tonight, really. We win the ball back. The mistake. And there goes the full-time whistle. It ends here, Munster 12, Leinster 33. Well done to Leinster, they're deserved victors. Thanks very much to Johnny Holland for covering entertaining pre-season game here at Musgrave Park. A big thanks to everyone who subscribed and tuned in for our first Access Munster live stream. We hope you enjoyed the game, and there's loads of content to enjoy on the platform if you'd like to check it all out. Next up for Munster is a trip to Connacht in 2 weeks. Then it's a historic doubleheader against the two star-studded Barbarian teams at Thomond Park on Saturday, September 30th. Johnny, what are your thoughts at the end of that one?
Look, it's good to get a run out. I think it's good to see something live, instead of training against each other. Like I said, they'll be disappointed with some of their output, I think, but there were some nice moments in there. You got a lot of people on the pitch. It's always going to be a positive, and it's something to kind of refocus the minds a small bit when you get carried away with yourself, running lovely patterns in a pre-season pitch. So You'd like for it to be a little bit closer. I think having the first score and the last score, they'll be happy with those milestones, but it's probably not enough in attack for them, and I think there's a lot of things that they can work on. But that's a good place to be, you know, having your work-ons, seeing it in the video, having a refocus for Connacht in 2 weeks' time, and then hopefully righting some of those wrongs, you know. So all in all, it's a good run out. I think getting Leinster down to Musgrave Park, it shows like it's a big tie. There's always going to be something on the line with it, and both teams went at it, so it's positive all around, I would say.
Great. Well, we're off to catch the start of France versus the All Blacks. Thanks very much for joining us, and see you soon. Still inching forward. Leinster defending well, but looks to have splintered off a bit. Scott Buckley still has it. Scott Buckley, yes! The opening try for Munster to Scott Buckley. Great there. Lovely strike.
That was very driving player from the opposition as well. Sticks you in there, and you just have no choice. It's very hard sometimes.
Yeah, good take from Max Egan there, and off the top to Culhan. Big carry from the academy man. Leinster look to be in. Jason Jenkins is in for Leinster.
Pretty disappointed they didn't really have to play there, and I don't think someone like Dennis Leamy is going to take that. I wouldn't like to be in his review to start him next week.
Great break. Munster up to the 22. Cronin, good hands there, nearly fumbled it. Cronin again, just testing the fringe. Offload to Alex Hendon. Oh, great defence there. I think it was
by trying to throw the pass too early.
Yeah. Good line out from Barron, and now the Leinster pack start rumbling towards the Munster line.
Nice to the middle, it's fine.
Well, it's a try for Leinster. Great maul there, and Lee Barron. Good pass from Cronin to Coombs, out the back to Zebo. This looks dangerous here. Through the hands of Conway, and it looks like Tommy O'Brien's going to race clear for a try for Leinster. Just the ball went through Conway's hands. The pass was a bit high. Tommy O'Brien very quick. Big moment here now for Munster. Leinster look to be over, but is it held up? It's held up. Barron to Deegan again, third time in a row.
And now the short side is vulnerable, isn't it? And Cormac Foley's going around there. He nearly caught him, John Hodnett. Got Neil Cronin out of trouble. But that's exactly where the try came from, because John Hodnett had to double over to help out Neil Cronin.
Frawley missed one from a similar spot a while ago off the post, but makes no mistake this time. Munster 7, Leinster 2 metres. Leinster nearly in for the post, but just about held onto it. Daly with a step. Coombs, great hands. Archie, Butler. Oh, nearly through. Scannell, did it go forward? Yes. Oh, that was very unlucky. Great play from Munster. It's their best. Coombs, great hands. Archie, Butler. Oh, nearly through. Scannell, did it go forward? Yes. Oh, that was very unlucky. Munster feed looking dangerous here. Off the back of the scrum. Oh, another try for Leinster. That's their fourth. A bit too soft from the Munster defence.
There, but you know, you can't just keep seeing the same pictures defending against each other in training. I think it'd be hugely valuable. I don't think they'll be too. They won't
go again. A little skip past the Fionn Gibbons. Looks to get on the outside. Great stuff from Fionn Gibbons. Shane Daly. Kylie's on the outside. Kylie's about to go to left corner. Yes! Kylie on a senior debut. Brilliant. What a Kieran Ryan there to win the turnover. But that's the story tonight, really. We win the ball back. The mistake. And there goes the full-time whistle. It ends here. Munster 12, Leinster 33. Well done to Leinster. They're deserved victors. Thank